you were lacking AP on the top side of the map, and now you have a consistent AP threat. I actually think this is a fine angle. I also think that Lilia's ganks early on are really, really weak, and post 6, I think it's really hard to punish the Anivia.
Kind of the shining light, so you're not the only person who considers him the shining light of the roster.
He's the headlights on the roller coaster, yeah.
I don't think roller coasters have headlights.
Oh, these do.
Well, we're just killing Peter. Okay, he's just dead. That happened very quickly. They just used all their abilities into an eco, and Peter did not see it coming. As Gideon elects to die as well, they stick around, they say, no, we can win this, and they absolutely could not win this. There's now flash on him from Cuz, and Jiu's just gonna die. That's a double kill for Deathdom's Kalista, 3 minutes into the game.
Grubbies, as Calyx obviously has the better ult for team fighting. And there is no sleep just yet for Lilia.
I mean, this Kalista, it's only a Vam Scepter, but it's definitely a very strong Kalista anyway, and they have setup, and they have Prio. I don't think there's really any world in which Nongshim was going to fight that one.
Each needs to be crisp, and looks like they're not going to take the risk. Just give this one up.
All right. Well, that's KT now with 3 grubs, the first Drake.
As you see on Nongshim. And they don't have a front line. Like at all.
Lilia can be a bit tanky. It's not a real front line. Now KT are kind of just going to give this one up and corral them into the pit. There's a couple of guys there that could potentially get over the wall. There you go, but Lehens will have to flash. So Peter trying to hold on to that spot. Casting taking a bunch of damage. There's the stun. Gonna have to replace that ult though. Casting quite low. This King going in, not really caring about Casting's damage at this point. And now Lehens coming down. That's no dodge on the stun. The Cocoon predicting the flash, but instead they just kill him. And you know what? In the long lane against the melee champ, that Anivia is going to enjoy her time.
This turret is definitely going to fall, but it's still nicely done by Nongshim. They get a good amount of damage towards the bot side turret, and it still accelerates Kingen. And that's something that I think was really a necessity. I do think that they have very clearly opted into that we are going to out-team fight them. Skills that well. Unless, again, the execution is crisp, as we do have a possible fight on our hands here. Kingen and Casting both having TP. First one comes through.
Jiu's kind of zoned away here. He's trying to join the team. We'll see if he can. Ingo's College, they're going to find that backline, but Duckdom, he survives, and the Pot Blossom keeps him super safe, as also the Drake did go over to KT, and now the Kallista's untouched. Finally, Kingen does get over here, but one ult, and that's about it. Jiu not able to do anything, and now they're getting run down by the Rumble as well. As Cuz goes in, tries to set up the kill. Kingen not able to get him, though. And now Kingen will probably pay for it here, although he does flash. And he will survive. Oh, the ult comes in with the stun! And they at least get that one kill, as it's the only thing that Nongshim will get from that fight.
It's a short-range comp, and they're trying to play into Anivia, but Anivia wasn't there!
Yeah, I really think he was just finishing off the wave and then ETP. I legitimately think that.
That's what it was, yeah.
I didn't see his wave state, but I saw minions there, and I think he was like, no, I'm going to get this wave and then I'll go. Knowing Nongshim, what they're capable of, I'd say not really. I'd say this is a very even game. Especially now, I mean, Nongshim got the Rift Arrow. They're going to do a big chunk to this mid turret. They're not going to get it, looks like. Very close, though. One auto from Jiu actually does get it with his W, as they are trying to punish it, but in goes Peter, and now the Pop Blossom on a 2. Jiu, though, just going to burn him down, but it will be the trade that is absolutely worth for KT, as they take down the Ezreal. Oh, boy.
Oh, Kingen's going to show up.
Yeah, Kingen's here. TP's in.
Look at their health bars!
Peter's low, casting low, no resistances, gets the flash already. And now that front line is being chipped down, and it's just a flip. It goes to Nongshim, as the smite was at like 2,000 for Cuz way too early. And Jiu's just going to withdraw. You see that Kingen as well is kind of going 1v5. I'm not sure why. He got that Voracious auto combo up. Ingo's Gideon trying to set up Calyx, who is going to beat out the Pop Blossom. And it actually does kind of work out, as now Lehens wants to keep going, but might just die instead. Okay, well, they get 200 gold over to KT.
Only KT versus Nongshim can get this level of entertainment, Valdez.
It's only just beginning. We're only 20 minutes into game 1.
And we know it's going to be 3 40-minute bangers.
Yeah, absolutely. Duckdom rended and then Gideon smoked. So that's just miscommunication, to be honest. If that is what happened, it's possible also that Cuz just smited. As Duckdom now in a lot of trouble, trying to flash away from the Yone, but that is Yone, ladies and gentlemen. and he does not care. I like how he had no hesitation on the flash. After he missed his Q, he's like, no, it's flash kill. Not wasting any time.
We're setting up side lane traps. I agree. I think Calix has also seemingly gotten a lot more confident. I think that was something that was really lacking when he debuted last year, where we saw him, what, like 2 or 3 games, I want to say, like a few series maybe. As I said, very confident.
All right, Curse is definitely not real, Chronicler. Immediately goes in and just dies.
Yeah, I said it was a side lane trap. The trap worked. They sprung the trap.
Yeah, you also said it was confidence, which that was confidence.
Exactly.
It's not the right type of confidence. It's overconfidence. Casting, I think, is just dead. Like, if you're just running away from an inhibitor, you're eventually going to die. Either you go in and you try to trade, or you don't go in at all.
It's working! So much damage. This is gone.
Yeah, they have so much damage with this comp. Gideon so low, though. He's going to get out with that, and yeah, just not able to get into the pit.
Getting an inhib for this, it seems like. I like the backs coming in already here from KT to try and mitigate this. We'll see if they're actually able to get through, but the dragon is still being taken, and looks like Peter didn't want to run the risk, so it's just casting going back.
That was so close. That was really close. We don't see a lot of Ezreal steals nowadays.
Yeah, if they lose that, well, especially with Ren Smite, you can't.
The Kingen is so strong right now. Like, casting is just, there's nothing he can do.
No.
All he's done in this game is throw out a couple of ults, and, you know, I wasn't a believer in this, but considering the game, the way the game has gone, and the side laning he has done, that's another flash. Kingen going to take down Peter's flash. And that is pretty big on a Nico as an engaged support as well. KT really just kind of wilting, it feels like, in this game.
Just desperately trying to hold on. Top lane in it is open, but no one is making their way over. It's just Gio in mid, pushing steadily. They did get soul point though, which means that not all hope is lost. They are definitely going to lose this turret. We'll see if they can hold on to the inhib.
Yep, last Baron push here. Fake Lilia going forward. Nongshim not going to be scared of that one. No Sejuani ults come out either.
Oh, Cuz has flash. I think he's looking for something.
They got to do something, right?
Well, they're going to give up this top inhib, or this bot inhib. I think it's fine to give up one.
Yeah. Well, seems like they don't really have a choice on that one. They want to go on a Cuz. There's an ult onto him, and maybe it gains some space, but they don't get that last auto onto the inhibitor. It lives. The inhibitor is alive. Cuz is not able to go in, but now we got ults flying everywhere as now KT extremely low, not able to do much. BDD just frontlining by himself. Desperation coming out here for KT, and instead they just die. And now they have a wave in mid. Nongshim might just be able to end the game.
Well, no, they can.
Yeah,
Baron had run out.
All you had to do was clear the wave. All you had to do was clear the wave. And instead, they opted not to. Super Minion is already here from mid lane. Sleep finally comes out. Lilia has had 0 value in this game. Getting pretty low now, and while Cuz is going to die, only 2 members left. On that side is now a stun going to hit casting. Once again, not able to do anything. Ziyu just going on into Duckdom, who's just left by himself. Might be able to take out Gideon, but he's not able to take down the game as that X is getting incredibly low. They got to hit it. They will at the last second. Calix still had half his health. You know what Italy is probably not that good into?
The strongest top laner on the current patch.
Jace.
I don't see it. I'm willing to be convinced, Kingen, but I'm not right now.
Picked with a very strong jungler that she can mesh well with and just gets a decent amount of wins anyway. Here comes Cuz. Calix not going to spot him until it's too late. The charm hits. Now Calix doesn't have flash, so he's just dead. There you go. First blood given over to Cuz, who's already making the Pantheon jungle work.
Which I think are also playing incredibly well, but are a lot more measured. I think they don't have nearly as many crazy counter picks.
I don't feel like Pantheon wins that extended trade. Really nice charm off the wall. That's going to get Calix kind of on the wrong side of it. But yeah, in the 1v1, I would say that Xin Zhao still wins this against the Pantheon. And Gideon identified that very early on. Now the supports are going to get in. Spirit Rush here for BDD means that Calix can't really stick around. Gideon taking a bit of damage. They want to go in. Another stun comes out from Lehens, but BDD, low on mana, going to get a bit more. Here's Kingen now, and Cuz comes back, and Lehens just kind of left by his lonesome, but at least Calix comes back. And eventually Lahens will die. The only question is, can Nongshim get anything back? Kingen gonna get the flash and the kill as he flashes over the wall, takes out Casting, and Gideon is still alive on the grubs.
So Gideon was trying to sustain up the grub. Well, he also got the first grub, but Gideon, while all of this was going on, was trying to sustain. Obviously with Xin you have a good amount, but he was losing because it was free grubs.
Okay. Trade of flashes.
I don't think that's okay.
Little gap. The 2 kills that went to Cuz. It feels good right now, but that's not going to feel good as the game comes along. Even though Gideon's behind for now, as here goes Cuz. They're trying to take out the Xin Zhao, but that is pretty difficult. They finally do take him out, though, as Casting will go down here as well. But TP comes in, and Nongshim have to abandon the play. KT will win it, but now Casting isn't top. And it's probably that tower to go down here.
Just don't
demolish.
No. Pull the camera away. It's fine. Short term, this is great for KT.
They get the dragon.
They got a bunch of kills. It's great. It's great. Don't look at. What am I saying? Don't look at top. I don't want to look at top.
Okay.
Casting can TP. There's another wave that's going to go into the turret. They get dragon. They get kills. It's great. There's no downsides to this play. It's a cannon wave, so actually, it's not that bad.
They absolutely can.
And he is
This is the risk.
Very dead.
When you play someone new to the LCK, they will get bullied. That's a miss on the seismic shove. The phase rush. It's going to save him. It's going to get him out.
He's rushing out of there.
Now he lives, but his turret doesn't.
Pan away. There we go. That's back to bot lane.
Yeah. Well, the Nidalee is so far ahead because you have arguably even more escape potential.
I think, yeah, miles
because
more.
Kennen has it initially.
You're just worse in
with his lightning
fights.
rush, but she's more consistent. And yeah, you're worse in team fights.
But who cares? Just don't team fight. I do think KT have one of the best comps possible to side lane, right? They have 2 semi-globals that can impact side. I think Calyx is just dead.
Oh, he's going to try to ult out! He gets out! They don't take him off the wall in time! Meanwhile, Duckdom nearly goes down to the turret, but Cuz comes in and is going to get the cleanse here, but Lahens might have to pay once again. That's 0 and 3 now for him.
While losing this game,
EM cast.
that will do it. No, not
Ian,
even.
no, they voted for Duro yesterday.
Okay, but that was base. Duro had a really good.
No, but they've done it before.
But he doesn't have an item, which is why Casting kind of bully him around like that. Level down as well, but doesn't matter.
It's a 3v3, but the Kaisa is going to get there earlier. The Charm comes in, and Gideon is in a lot of trouble. You can't get away from that Kaisa. Ult not going to help you there as Ziyu comes on over, but yeah, I don't think you're winning this team fight with the Nidalee as the Kaisa got in first, and now Kingen elects to go for the fight instead of running away. And now he's flashing. I mean, maybe he gets out through the jungle, but no, the flash comes in from BDD, and that'll be the end of him. And that is a shutdown as well. So much gold just went to the Zari.
I don't.
Why did they fight that?
Don't know.
There's no reason to. And ooh, uh-oh. It's a lot of damage.
If I'm KT, I'm honoring Casting for tilt move, by the way. Provides enough in the team fight for that to be valuable. As Casting, I did give him a little bit of credit. Maybe
he's got his flash. The stones come down way too late, and now he's just using the phase rush to buy some more time. Rift Herald should go over to KT as the arrow. That is amazing, actually. Ziyu perfectly on the mark.
Either, like, probably, yeah, that's probably fine for KT.
I think they like that.
They'll be happy with that. Again, the Herald, you get a ton of pressure towards mid. I think it's good.
Just flashes out. So we're just trading turrets here, but it's a trade up for Nongshim. They should be able to take the inner, and they're playing towards them Italy. We didn't necessarily want to see this, but it's working for now. See how far they go with this. BDD still not backing, and the wave is cleared, so Nongshim will have to back away. But can they get out?
An angle. That's just our life now.
Here comes the Rift Herald.
Didn't really need that. Well, I guess we can use it for the inner charge.
Yeah, because their back was delayed, right? But the Charm comes in on the Lahens. They're still going to go in on this one. TP coming up, and the big knockup from Peter for the heal as they take down Lahens, who never had a chance. In goes Duckdom, nearly takes off Kingen's head, who has to flash it. And Gideon...
Ooh, deep TP from BDD, just a big moment. Kids can get this. Game's looking good.
He's got a Spirit Rush back. The arrow misses as well, and now Nongshim kind of have to abandon ship, or at least re-center themselves as a team. Oh, that was so close on the Duckdom. who does have Flash Cleanse, and avoids that as well. Here comes BDD now, and just going to escort them out of this one. Nongshim, I feel like it's the right call to not fight that, but you're still falling behind, as now it's Hextech Soul Point to KT. Yeah, he doesn't really have much pressure. Doesn't feel like KT are doing much with the lead they have. It looks like maybe starting the Otacon here soon.
KT doesn't have to do anything, right?
Well, they're going to go in on hands, and not the best target. Here is Cuz in a lot of trouble, but the turn onto him isn't going to work. He just flashes that one. Gideon has to ult now, but the charm comes in, and they have a very melee comp trying to get into the circle. Not going to be able to do so, but a lot of damage already going in as the flick back comes out from Calyx and gets them the kill as 2 immediate cleanse. Very nicely done. A very close fight as in they go on a 2, and immediately he goes down as Kingen finally here, but his entire team is dead. So the TPs come in, and Kingen's far less impactful than the Jace.
Like, they don't have a smite. Oh, cuz he might try to ult in.
Yeah, I mean, Hexgate and then ult in, if they can keep at least.
KT, I don't like this.
Throw on the Otacon, he said. Seems like Valdez knew. He saw the future. Cuz gonna ult in, but now your whole team is so low. And now they're indexed into fighting this one. 5 members of Nongshim coming over, just giving it away. And you know what? At this point in time, I feel like that's the right call.
Yes.
You've already put yourself in a bad spot. Arrow gonna go wide, and the wall is coming down. And there's the knockback. He's gonna hit it. This time once again, and Cuz is the sacrifice. The Solar Flare goes wide, but Nongshim now taking big strides into the lead after that one. We'll see what they can do with this Voracious Otacon, though. At least the Otacon, you know, we're still getting used to that one.
Oh, cuz if he gets the smite still, none of it has mattered. It's all okay.
BD goes in. Lahen's trying to go in onto him. The flick back comes out again, but he's got Zhonya's. BDD in a bit of trouble, but he's able to flash out. Kingen now on the backside.
Fighting!
They still have the Otacon, and they're going in. Look at that burst out, coming out from Kingen. He takes out BDD, and now Nongshim are just winning the fight as Duckdom goes in after the fact. Only gets the one withdrawal. KT, it didn't have to go this way.
I don't think he gets out, so I think the ult makes sense, but KT just looks so disjointed, and nope, they cannot stop the Baron.
You know, he could have ulted onto Kingen. Chronicler just wrote in his POM vote.
I was expecting a free game banger.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's not satisfied with the 2-0. And well, let's see. I mean, Peter gets in. This time he's not going to be denied by the rocks, but instead he just denied by death. And Duckdom has to do something. He is going to die as well. It's KT, one last ditch effort.
Come on, KT. We need a third game. That's a start. That's a start.
Okay.
Oh, come on. He needs to die. No!
Well, they get the flash. Casting goes in, and he gets taken out. Yeah, well, they did get Calyx, but they are also both going to go down. It's not feeling good. The game is crumbling before our eyes for KT. And Nongshim, they got themselves out of it somehow.
Why? You were winning!
I hope Laura's not watching this game. Well, maybe this is a chance. Yeah, they're going to take down the Hens, but now we got T coming in. And Kingen is so incredibly strong, and so is Gideon. You know, he's got us under sky. He's incredibly tanky with the Black Cleaver. And that amount of damage just isn't going to do it.
He has the same items as Cuz. Cuz is just made of paper.
Yep.
Well, okay, so it was definitely, you know, they got the Baron there, and we have a game again.
I don't know if, well, maybe we do.
No, it's 5 seconds. It's not happening.
I mean, if he did it and we got it, maybe we have a game.
Hextech Soul is so busted.
But they're like 7,000 gold behind.
It's fine. They get Hextech. One man.
Spotted.
Okay. They know.
Now, still going to go in, and now we got to see Duckdom pull the trigger. They're going to take down Calyx. He is incredibly low. Peter goes down here as well, and, well, they just didn't go in. Okay, now he's going to go in, and for the third time, Duckdom goes in after the fight and dies. And the coordination is just not there for KT. It's just not happening, and Nongshim are benefiting every time.
I no longer want KT to win it. Take it back. I think it's fine if Nongshim wins. I think they've earned it! Quick 2-0, nothing to see here? For Nongshim?
It's not KT. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I don't know why. But Nongshim, congratulations to them. It's actually a relatively clean 2-0.
Not that much AD damage towards the top side of the map, which with the Ornn might become a problem initially or eventually. I do think aiming is going to go unhit in this, try and just maximize the damage.
Even after he pushed the lane in, so T1 know ahead of time that this is happening, but they want to go for the 2v2 here actually, as Beryl coming in, and so is Lucid. Guma in a bit of trouble. He does have the cleanse and the flash, but now going to get stunned down. There's the cleanse, but you just can't get away from the rumble, as it is a very nice gank set up here by Dplus. Owner does come up, gets stunned, but Beryl is in a rough spot himself, so they do trade it back eventually, right?
He's dead.
Yeah, okay. Eventually, okay, they almost give the kill over a Faker, actually, which would have been nice. But Owner does pick it up.
Optimal. So they trade 1-for-1, but the Grubs go to T1. There wasn't really any cross-map. This should be a good angle for a dive, though. He's already aggroed on the turret, but I think it's fine.
Oh, well, they kind of just juggle the Ornn in between the turret, and Doran is going to go in onto Showmaker, and now he flashes, which... you're already dead, so you're not going to get away anyway.
You know, he did get the flash for aiming, but if Doran had his ult, he might have lived there. Unfortunately, aiming won't have his flash for this fight.
This is going in directly on the Guma, but that is pretty deep. KIA zoning with the Pop Blossom as Lucid getting incredibly low. He will be punished for going that deep, but they do trade it back onto the enemy jungler, now trying to take down Showmaker, but it's not exactly working out. They finally take down Beryl, and now Showmaker 1v3, but Faker dashes over the rocks, and aiming nearly full health. He's going to take a big chunk, but now DK immediately turn it around as they go way too deep for that one, and they get punished immediately by DK.
He gets so much free attack speed. As he gets multiple blight stacks, he's still going to be doing a lot as a counter. Turn on Beryl.
Yeah, turning on a Beryl here. I think Beryl is just dead. 1v3.
Yeah.
He's going to start clearing the wave.
Hey, he warded.
Yeah, nice.
He gets value. Good stuff.
Okay, they finally killed the Leona.
At the fleet.
Nice.
Fine. So much value is given. W is used by Owner.
Yeah, he does back away. It's a bit of a fight for the Grubs, but I think, you know, you've got Dorn and bot. He does have TP, but a fight doesn't really break out. T1 don't want to go in on the Grub fight, so they just back away.
The Showmaker, they're going to just accept. This is something that DK in particular do, and Showmaker does this more than almost any other mid. That one's called fishing for cleanse. There was a patch like, I want to say 5-6 patches ago where they changed Lethality Varus, and I do think he's much more of a threat now. Is Faker just going to get his turret and leave, and the game is basically even. And
he's getting his bar ready, but still a bit of time, so he'll be able to push a wave in first. Still doesn't have to, as you mentioned before. There's the wall. Lucid in next to the Rift Herald as Doran going to get stunned up. There's the smite going to Lucid. They get it. A nice ult comes in from Doran. The follow-up a little bit late, but now Lucid in a rough spot as down will go Showmaker, down will go Lucid, and now the ult goes in on aiming, who actually does survive for quite a while, and Xiu doing a decent job of zoning away. T1 can't quite put the nail in the coffin, but they did get a couple of kills.
Going to go down anyway, and there you can see confirmed not actually going to see that I picked up. So really big win for T1. They get a bunch of kills. They're able to get the mid lane turret as well. T1 is just saying, well, you can have the dragon. I don't really care. You're going to get the full outer ring of turrets. With Faker picking up yet another.
Infernal Solo coming through, and definitely very good with scaling.
We'll see. Knowing DK, we are going to get a crazy Otacon setup as Beryl goes in.
Just baiting out the ult, you know. Just a normal day in the life for Beryl. And now we got, big impale! Gets him over the wall as well! And that's the end of Owner. And T1, they were in a good spot, but now they're losing two. As big damage comes out, and the flick on a Faker into the ult from aiming. It is massive for DK, and right before the Otacon spawns.
Oh, according to Beryl's plans, I can hear Atlas yell. He's not even in low park! As Beryl sets up a tasty bait, and guess what? They fall for it, as this should never, ever hit the mark. Although Lucy's gonna take a roll.
Don't even just throw it away! There's no chance you're stealing that as Jin. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so if the wave is pushed up or they didn't have Talia.
Classic barrel.
Classic barrel was.
Here's a replay. I guess Faker just died. Or maybe they got his flash. Yeah.
Got flash, yeah. That's big though. Getting an inner is nice. This isn't sole point. It looks like T1 is just going to take that, and I think this is fine.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. It doesn't feel amazing, but you shore up a little bit of your gold deficit, and also you didn't want to push into...
Gets on top of you.
Or maybe they will just start it.
Well.
Oh, okay. Well, they started it, and then they didn't. So they're trying to turn onto a Leona. Not the best idea, but Barrel does get extremely low, as now Doran also not the target here. Getting onto that back line as Huge disappears. The damage was insane. As he just gets crit down. Barrel also in trouble here. Amy taking a bunch of damage as now the engage comes in from KIA, and Owner is going insane mode on this backline. Incredible play from Owner in that fight. And DK, they tried to call the bluff and they got stomped down.
It was Guma with the auto, and the fight starts off because I think it was aiming, getting a really big Q on multiple members. And it's again the flank. There's no way Lucy can actually do this, right? Yeah, I was about to say, he just doesn't have the damage. So that's going to be Baron off of an amazing team fight here for T1. I don't think they can actually fight this, right? They're just going to watch it be taken, and DK looks like T1 fighting just a little bit too much. T1 just biding their time. Still has less kills, by the way, than DK do.
Well, just throwing in a Pop Blossom just to try to survive, but he's going to die anyway. Nice little pick from DK. Gonna take out the Nico, and Barrel doesn't get rooted either. Big seismic goes in, as all of a sudden, he goes in. I'm not sure about that one. Owner just avoids the impale. And it's a trade. Now, I feel like this is still good for DK, even though the end of that was rough. They did take out one of the guys that had Baron and stop the push.
He'll take it.
Now we're fighting. We're looking for Guma. He's in a bit of trouble, but he does flash away. He does an incredible amount of damage at this point in time. And sticking around is DK. They're committing.
DK?
They're committing to this one, but now the Jhin is opened up. But the Jhin is low. They're trying to just run at the Jhin. It's not exactly working either. Okay, they do take him down. Siu, though, going 1v2 on the top side. Eventually, he does die, but Owner trying to go 1v3. He takes out one, and the dogs are soaking up so much damage, but Showmaker just trade it back. And now, it's kind of an even fight. Doran has to frontline. The TP! Oh, Garia does come over, and that'll be the end of that. As both of them get taken down, and T1 win the fight eventually.
Force. They get Guma's flash, and then because he's Jhin, and he's just so fast.
Tells the story that you were trying to say, that you were trying to tell. Just gonna ult aiming here.
They're falling for it.
And they're going pretty deep for the Varus as the ult comes in and aiming goes incredibly low, does get taken out, but now Owner is so deep behind enemy lines, that's the ult back on a barrel, but still does go down. But they took out Showmaker amongst the chaos, and this is a great opportunity for T1 to potentially end the game. Siu gets taken down by Faker, and that'll be the end. A double kill as Faker does dive the turret. And now they're looking for, they don't quite have the wave, but they're clearing it, and I think the death timers at 35 minutes should be long enough.
They will be. Doran on a tank, Guma on Jhin. The T1 going to get themselves a big win here in this series. And great one to start, back and forth here. T1 though, once they got control, once that fight came through, once Siu ended up dying, didn't really ever feel like T1 was gonna relent. Surprising matchup in bot lane that they actually played really well. Was even winning early, right? Guma and KIA look good. KIA out of lane not so much, but in lane he was fine. But for Dragon trade, not riveting, but it sets up for an exciting mid game, surely.
Does it? I mean, game one we had a lot of this.
I'm hoping that if I say it will happen, and generally that's not.
That's the opposite of the way it goes.
Well, that's
here at the LCK.
I have no impact. We know that's how it works, right? I can.
That's what you think. Yeah.
I can say it, and it won't, or it will happen, but my words have no.
But if you said it, and then the opposite happens, then obviously you had an effect on it. We'll see how that works out for you. Siu kind of getting ganked here. Did not expect this, and now with no flash available, it's just an easy kill setup for T1. First blood goes over to the Chase as well. It's basically perfect for them.
Still going to maintain the gold lead for Doran, obviously. That's not going to be fixed that easily, but the game state for DK, at least towards the top half of the map, not in as much shambles as that 1v1 matchup. You know what the thing is with both Doran and Gwen? It feels like it used to be that, well, Gwen's early was weak and then she would scale insanely well. And then Jace was kind of the opposite.
The LCK. And they all have that thing in common.
This
that they can do everything, essentially. Oh, 1v1 here. Charm just come down on a Faker, but still going to take a good trade. A lot missing there for Showmaker. And it's Chemtech Soul. This was the meta. Sit around and get one kill. And
just watch it happen.
Yeah. We do have Doran trying to greed for the turret. He will get it, and now Owner comes down. Not going to hit the ult, though. Smite onto Xiu, and we got TPs coming in from both sides, but Xiu should be the first to go down eventually. As looks like they, he's still going to be alive, actually. They don't get him. Xiu's just on the edge of this one. Faker wants something. As finally Owner says, okay, I'll take out the Gwen.
Oh, the resets.
So yeah, here comes the resets. Faker does try to go in, but it's a little bit too little and too late. And Lucid gets that first reset. Aiming comes on over. It's a kill for him. And KIA as well is going to be caught up in the mess. They give that kill over to Lucid, who is now very much enjoying his lead.
And if Xiu has a little bit more mana there, that play isn't even close. He didn't have mana for ults. If he could get the needles off on either Doran or later on, that would have been a blowout. But T1 keep investing into this. We gotta murder Xiu again. And this time, DK is ready, as I was about to say, aiming.
If you want him to be part of this game, you have to enable him to be part of the game. You gotta get him assists, maybe kills, at least some farm. Otherwise, it's 4v5. And DK, they have more presence here on this objective. They'll take down the Rift Heralds. And they do have a gold lead.
Cone Valdez.
Oh, no.
What?
If it's used for action, if it's used for action, I'm okay with it. And there he goes. And, well, he's going to create space. As now Ingo's carrying him with a Faxon. Wombo combo comes out from DK. They only get the chase, but he was the guy. He was the one guy who had to live. And instead, the rest of the low health members will be cleaned up here by DK. As Faker, the last remaining survivor, it's just going to be a clean 5-for-0 ace.
Once you get onto aiming immediately, that's not quite enough as I don't know.
Barrel?
That's fine, it's Barrel.
Yeah, I guess they're baiting Guma, I don't know. It worked, whatever that was. Guma just dying on the right side, and now follow up here from Lucid, who is 4-0-5, 100% kill participation for him.
Make that call right.
I think the Chemtech Soul, I mean, they might not even get it. Aiming, nice dodge. Doesn't have his cleanse, but he will flash and get out of there. And Barrel's right there to set up for the team. Faker just a half-hearted ult just to do a bit of damage. Doran trying to go in, trying to flash for the kill. And yes, he will get it. But is it worth it? Might take down Barrel as well, but Shield comes in and Barrel will secure the kill.
Like little stab and a little whoop.
Come back.
Yes, there is no similarities between DK and KT.
Yes, absolutely not. Okay, trying to beat this fight, I guess. As Barrel goes in, he's going to catch 3 once again, and the front line just dies. I mean,
it's Hail Mary.
T1 were not really ready for that fight, it felt like. And it's just going to be an easy cleanup for them. Lucid on the Omega-fed Viego. Not much they can do against that.
I think they thought they were ready, but they were not.
Yeah.
So game 3, Veldas, we're getting it!
We're getting a game 3.
Woo!
It's actually happening.
Let's go!
And Lucid,
I liked game 1 more than game 2, Veldas. I have to be real honest with you.
Yeah.
Like cool, atmospheric horror, and then it just turns into like, here's the monster, it's not scary at all. It's just gonna waddle around.
And you know exactly how it's gonna end because you've seen this type of movie a million times.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Well, they're going to get the first Chemtech Drake for their team.
So that if you queue into them again,
I mean, for sure, mental advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we're just going all in on the Doran, who tries to flash but dies instead. And it's a 7th kill for Lucid, but they found Siwoo, and it should be a withdrawal here, but the needles are coming out, as is the miss. This Gwen is actually doing quite a lot, but does eventually lose the 1v2. And it's just a withdrawal, so DK not really caring too much about you in this case.
trying to think of analogies, fellas. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie? Do you have one? Like the genre?
Not particularly.
That makes sense.
Hereditary was pretty good. Guma just going to get ulted here once again as he gets flipped back by the Barrel. As T1 really on their last legs here. Faker desperately trying to do a bit of damage. No double up there, but it's still a Yone that is not able to do enough. They're too far behind. The wallets are so heavy. It's just a mid inhibitor. So the game won't end here. Aiming is just trying to bait this game to end, I think. As he flashes away, now just one shot away, not able to take a Guma. But he certainly did bait the fight.
5 seconds on the Otacon buff, DK. Maybe leave?
No. TP in. All right, well now they don't have the Otacon buff.
Caught off guard by the twist?
No. Well, no. Just, yeah, not quite going to happen. They're just blocking everything and knowing exactly where Faker's going to come back to. Xiu making back some of that gold that he lost earlier on. And Owner as well will be a sacrifice here on the left side for the team. As there you go, he does gain a gold lead by the end of the game. KIA just trying to catch the wave here. And a little desperation. He knows the game is over, but he'll be able to delay just a little bit as she was in their base. just catching the bot wave at the same time. DK having a bit of fun at the end.
And DK gonna bring us to a game number 3. It was a lot of comfort in the draft. And the game was actually quite close until it wasn't. And then from that point on, it was a beatdown. Very different from game number 1. As are we?
Yes.
Yes. Gotta crank up that shield, KDA.
Yeah.
Just pick it or you should retire. And it was like, well, man, I'll lock it in.
Got him.
And then he had a great game. But,
yeah. Might have found out after game 1. Concept of a gank. I mean, Faker's up 23 CS, and that helps zone away Showmaker. Like, the wave was in a great spot for Faker after Showmaker backed. So, yes, Silas gets behind ranged champions that can poke him out a bit.
You have to create your own destiny, Veldas. You have to be the one that creates the action.
That's true.
Which they're not doing.
You have to earn recognition, you know.
Well, last time the game was close, and then DK won a 5-0. I don't feel like that's happening this time around, though. Drake is taken.
Or low team, it's just over.
Yeah.
This is like the Wolf level of lead. As we got an arrow just gonna flash it, and now the Braum is in so much trouble. As he's stunned 100-0. I mean, there was nothing he could do. Faker had to flash it, though.
Oh, he's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I already thought Barrel was gonna flash over and slam into the wall, but
I don't know. They didn't see him either.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jonah Strong fooling us once again.
So now T1 has been demoted from a close to solid lead to just a recognizable lead.
Yeah. They were getting close to tier 3, but now they're like back at tier 2.
All right, lead. Where on the scale do we...
Oh, the arrow's insane! Aiming's Ashe! I should not have called for the Zeri when he can play Ashe like this. And he is the one setting up all these plays. 2 assists now for the man. He has made both the kills happen.
I don't think anyone can. I think she stands alone. Oh,
It's just you never expected.
Owner.
Very fast, but you can't get away from that amount of CC. Knocked into the wall, but KIA comes on over, helping him out of it. He's holding the door, and now they've gone very deep for this one. We got the Dominus, the buff level 11 one, taking away the damage. And there goes Xiu, who just got baited into this one by his team. And now Barrel, well, he's dead. The only question is who's going to get the kill. As he's very fast, but Lilia's faster. And eventually, yeah, the bowling ball hits him in the face. That's a nice kill for Owner.
I do think with how the positioning from T1 is going to go over, because it looks like Aiming is setting up a bait. Showmaker is in the area with Flash. Is going to fall for it.
I mean, Aiming might die anyway. Showmaker comes in, he's like, oh, well, I can't do much now. It's Infernal Soul.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have any feats of warfare yet, so these turrets... That's the first turret going over to T1. They're getting one step closer, and they get the objective as well, so they will be able to pick up the feats.
If this mid lane turret falls, and the Herald will ensure that it will, DK is rapidly losing control of the map.
Yep, KIA gonna Put this one into the turrets, and he's gonna go for a little drive, looking for that bottom turret, which is pretty low. I think he's got it with this driving so far.
That's one.
All right, he's able to make the turn. There you go. Big hit in the bottom lane as well, and now Suyu half health. He's got to back away. And yeah, I mean, DK, they're suffering at a substantial deficit.
TP!
Oh, TP. They got to make something happen is what I was about to say. They got to make plays, otherwise they just lose. And they will be able to find Faker here with a Pantheon ultimate and a TP. And there you go. Suyu going to pick up the kill.
Does have two available. Does he want to use it on the Dragon? Or as I think they can just say, hey, it's gone. Let's leave it be. It looks like that's the call. 2 items are just not done.
Yeah. He just walks away. Doran, though, he is behind enemy lines. He wants to make the fight happen. And, I mean, they're trying to engage on a Renekton that is actually quite tanky. But now the stolen Renekton ultimate Showmaker going to show us who the real Renekton is. And, yeah, I mean, Doran goes for the angle. It looks like a team call.
Read that DK would go for Dragon. DK, they're not seeing this coming at all.
He's just going to face check the brush. Lucian's is dead. And that's the jungler of DK off the map now. Yeah, now you can do Otacon. Now it's pretty safe.
They're going to do Nash.
Yeah, they can do Nash, actually. That's much better. And
yeah, you saw Aiming was trying to play. She was going to look for a back and TP in. I don't know if they have the time. They need to try and stop this, though. And they do have a lot of AoE damage.
I mean, Showmaker might just send it in with the Renekton ultimate, or they're just going to give it away.
Oh,
they just gave it up item a minute ago.
Yeah, he got that kills. I saw that.
Yeah.
Would have been good if he had that when Lucy died.
Well, at least he had vision. He had control of the map with his control wards. And now T1, they have a very big lead.
Are they going to try and die? Like, are they going to die Faker? Yes.
Stopwatch. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also just even the arm guard alone. Lead at some point isn't that relevant anymore. It's kind of what
I mean, you need like another 15 minutes for that.
I know.
I don't know if that's going to happen in this game. T1 shouldn't let it happen. And now the engage brawl actually not bad. Coming on in, nice amount of poke damage onto all the DK members. They have to back off of the turret, and Owner's looking for more. Still got a minute on the Otacon buff, by the way.
And Baron.
And Baron. They actually synced it up very nicely. And there's no reason for them to ever back away. And even if they get a withdrawal, like, who cares? It's 200 gold. Just TP back in. So they're taking bot lane. They're taking mid lane. And DK eventually, we've said this, eventually, at some point, they do have to fight. Otherwise, they will just lose.
Put that out there.
I am not as good at caster cursing as you are, so I wouldn't give myself that much credit. All right, Renekton ultimate stolen. He's going to look for the angle. They will fight eventually, I believe. Showmaker used it. He's not generating rage, so I don't know why. Okay, they're going to knock away the brawl, and they find the angle here on the front line, and it's actually Faker who goes down first, but Doran in the back line picking away onto everyone. He gets taken out as well. It's 5v3, and Suyu gets the resets. It was an unlosable Chronicler. There was an angle. They take 3 of them down. Showmaker trying to go in onto Owner. And will have it as the max range on the chains, and Karia's killing a turret in the base. He'll just execute to the fountain. The standing gold! The standing gold, the comeback for DK!
Wait, no, but like, because of death timers of Owner and Karia, DK's gonna get soul point. DK find a miracle fight. Curses aren't real.
Standing gold?
No game is on
standing gold.
Standing gold.
Chronicler. I didn't know I was this good at caster cursing, but I have set it up perfectly to get a game on our hands.
You're a great caster, Valdez.
I can see it.
This is all we needed. It's here. It's still a freaking gold lead, but now there's all of a sudden, but one lost fight for DK and the game is over.
I feel like the entire tone of the game as well is shifted.
Yeah, blown up in seconds. Good vision here as barrel.
He's going backwards at least, and he's just dead! Explodes into a flurry of infernal cinders, and now Lucid tries to follow up on it and might just die for the sins of Barrel. And now, T1 5v3, looking for Showmaker, and it should be enough as down he goes. The shutdown comes through, and DK, they gave us hope. We had a game for about 3 minutes, and then it wasn't a game again.
Unlosable, Veldas! You said it yourself! And it starts with Barrel and it ends with Barrel. Tries to look for a play, gets caught. The wave clear is decent. Ult is there for Shield, but I don't think they can do this.
It doesn't look very likely. As Shio's getting bursted, he does get an insane amount of health back, but eventually it's just too much. The arrow, though, in the face, that's no kills! No! Barrel respawns! The game isn't over, guys! It's not over! It's still alive! Cursor, but you are on a different level, sir.
Cast the curses aren't real!
I can't believe I even gave myself credit when I'm sitting next to the god himself of caster curses.
Shield gone from Barrel, that's big. They're gonna try and burst it down. They're gonna try and flip. Doran is spotted.
I don't know if this is gonna work for DK. As now Barrel's going in, and the streak is not low enough. It's not low enough. They want to turn on the Doran now. It's getting real messy. It's getting incredibly messy. Doran's going to go down, but so does the Drake to the side of T1. Lucid stays alive, though. It's a 5-4, and oh, Siu, he wants to make this fight hit. Siu does a lot, but he holds up the door, and now a massive flame from Oner onto nearly everybody. Isn't enough damage? It's the question. Faker on the right side on the Victor. He might recreate the Chovy moment. Look at the base. Oh, the base is in shambles as well. Guma and Faker against aiming.
Oh, they do a TP. And oh, he still has Baron! He still has Baron!
Still has Baron. It's still alive.
Their player to play Baron, because Guma, yeah, he's also sitting at 6 items. His burst is great, but the sustained damage just doesn't compare. The arrow?
The arrow. And that's a big one. TP coming in. Oh, they got a Pantheon as well. And the Zonus comes in. Can they get there in time to defend him is the question. And now aiming. He's getting slapped. He's taken out. Down goes aiming. The one guy who could get it done for DK. And they're trying to zone here for Siu. He has incredible amounts of healing, but it's not enough against T1. They get the clean ace, and they will end game 3 in their favor.
And after all of that, Doran finds aiming and cuts him down.
Chops down the aiming tree. And there it is. T1 will take the 2-1 victory over DK tonight. Only 2 of us predicted it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.